I'm not sure if it's voiced. I'm not sure if it's in the style of like Sierra or in the style of LucasArts or what. It's clearly pixel art, or if it's more like a hybrid kind of thing, like a Wadget Eye game, which I was gonna play. Had Resonance queued up. So just no idea if this is gonna be good or not. But it's an interesting concept to me. So let's see. I'm writing to you from Wippra, a town in central Germany. Do I have to click? I do. Here the plague has struck particularly hard, and the town lacks trained physicians. And so I've been sent to Wippra to help care for the afflicted. Today was my first day in the local convent hospital. The plague doctor, I've had to offer condolences to many parents, children, and relatives when there was nothing more to be done for their loved ones. And now I believe I have discovered the cause of this plague. The day's events have sparked numerous insights, formed the basis of my theory. Let me start at the beginning. So he's a student, or former student, I guess he's probably a doctor, but writing to his professor. Okay. Sun is already high in the sky, and I'm sure plenty of work awaits me at the hospital. First, I have a house call to make. The basket weaver has asked me to look in on his sick child. I will need to consider my actions carefully. I'm well aware that my decisions can have far-reaching consequences. I prefer to let fate surprise me. Oh, so it's maybe doing a thing like letting you know. Let's mess with my camera here. Ooch. There we go. Hopefully won't be blocking anything important. Let's let fate surprise. This is probably, I'm guessing, a thing like in the Telltale games, where it'll put a marker maybe next to a decision that is gonna have consequences, or once you choose a decision that's gonna have consequences, it tells you, like somewhere up here, it'll say like so and so will remember that, or that's gonna matter later. So let's prefer to let fate surprise, just not know, so that we just choose whatever seems appropriate. Should gather what I need before setting off. I tend to play the Telltale games that way these days, or games like that these days. That way. Right clicks moves around, and the cursor is context sensitive. I had a hand on myself and on the clothes, and now it's an eye on what I can examine. Portrait of my father, himself a respected physician. Take much from the rich and little from the poor was his advice to me. Sounds like a doctor. It's mild outside. Handbook of Modern Medicine. Loose scrolls of medical theories. Rockery. Inkwell and quill pen. Yeah, gonna need our knife. I have to find my bag first. And it looks like a bag. My bag. I have my bag. I should pack my things in now. Alright. Right click examines into the inventory. Heavy ceramic mortar. Too heavy for bag. Looks like that's all we need is our knife for plague doctoring. Oh, we might need this. Yeah, the book. Good that I've got the book on me. I can refer to it. I have everything. So we can't look at the book right now. Application Systems, Heidelberg. Rafters Alley. I'll be with you. Oswald Keller. We are Ozzy. Arnold from the City Watch. What happened here? What does it look like? It looks like you nailed some posts to the door. You must have had a rapid decline. Wife already slipped out with the brats. Feeling them up in there too. Yeesh. Otherwise people refuse to isolate. Yeah, they do. Besides, empty houses attract looters, and keeping order is hard enough already. I'm looking for the house of the basket weaver. It's over there, on the other side of the street, under all the garbage. So we can't cut the City Watch. A wooden stick. Yeah, we're gonna need that stick. Sure. Cut it up. Not yet. Rats. Use the stick to shoo the rats. Scared the rats off. Yep. Basket weaver's coat of arms. Hail, citizens. Okay. We can't go get involved in the negotiations yet. Minimal sound effects. There was no knock. No door sound. But a crying child. Close the door quickly. It's okay, I have a stick. Or Sven, something's wrong with him. Won't get out of bed, refuses to eat, complains of pain. He's running around in the street. Suddenly felt sick. Took to his bed, has stayed there ever since. Okay. There's the little patient. Can't examine him in the dark. Well, don't have my bag open right now either. Too dark. They heat the room with this incense burner. Still too dark. Let's burn the laundry. That'll light this place up. Aha, lamp. So I need a way to pick up the coals. Put them in the lamp. A jug and a bowl of beef tallow. Cut off the long dangling string. And we got a wick. Okay. Lamp just needs to be lit. Get the stick a burning? No? Hey kid, you know how to set fires. Already gone. Mm-hmm. Can you shut that kid up? Do anything about the noises the child is making. So we need to be able to lift a coal, or oh boy. This is quite the spot to be stuck with this kid making noise. I did glance at the Steam reviews section, and one review said puzzles in the beginning can be tricky. Wick is too short. I can't close enough. Can't get close enough without burning myself. Well, what else do we have to work with? The stick doesn't catch fire. Like can't get a knock on the door, but we can get this kid making noise for 10 minutes. As far as sound effects. We're pixel hunting, is what I'm guessing. Something I'm missing. The lamp just needs to be lit. Burn the medical book. Too dark. Carved a long chip out of the stick. Wood chip. There we go. Then I'm going to examine you now. Okay. Can't do anything. Small dots on the calves and ankles. I know these dark spots. Hello, mister. I have to look at Sven's brother, too. Reddened flea bites, just like Sven's, but no spots. That's good. Sign of the plague. Pestilence hasn't progressed far yet. But the rat's outside the window. Stay here and don't leave the house. There's a new regulation. I don't know if they're gonna buy this these days. This is just gonna get that kid. I don't know what they did to people. Every case of the plague must be reported, even if it means another door for me to seal. Okay. Okay, so that's probably something that had consequences. We were evasive. I don't see the rats, so we can't do anything about them now. We've got nothing to do with those people and their pig. Order of Poor Clares. Profession of physician is reserved for men. Oh, the stick is gone. No more stick. This herb looks beautiful, but it smells very unpleasant. Stimulates the appetite and aids digestion. I kill the rats with these flowers. The name's Ozzy. Mother Superior, welcome to Wippra. What needs to be done? The Countess. Waiting for medical services for some time. Ah, a donor. Mm-hmm. I mean, what other hospital is she gonna go to? Moved by enthusiasm for the religious poverty movement, she attended church festivals barefoot and clad only in simple garments. St. Francis of Assisi, co-founder of the Order Poor Clares. Made of fine sandstone. I don't think this is the Countess. need that oil. Gonna need these cabbages. Can't hear you. Clara has been deaf since birth. An extremely sensitive sense of smell. And I have to get her to identify those herbs outside. For religious sisters only. Gonna have to figure out how to steal this holy water. No, I just like vinegar. Vinegar for the cabbage soup. Ah, destroy the cabbages. They won't need. They won't need the vinegar. Oh, I'm intentionally neglecting her. You know anything about doctors? Stop. I'm Ozzy. I want to look up. Been there, man. Water jug in a small bowl. Need this bowl. Locked. Pardon me, can you break this cabinet open? Dr. Suskind recently succumbed to the plague. I require your services, suffering from a terrible headache. Bloodletting has always given me relief. Can I borrow your halberd, sir? Where on the body should I perform bloodletting? Very academic looking diagram for reference. Well, where'd he cut you open? You know that, I'm sure. Applied for humor's doctrine, according to Hippocrates. Illustration of a zodiac man. A zodiac man for bloodletting. The most favorable time for bloodletting on the body part in question. Oh boy. Signs of the zodiac can no longer be made out. Well, okay, I was gonna say, well, how am I gonna find this out if I can only stare at this? Okay. When did you have your last bloodletting? Last month in May. So it's June now. I asked for a bloodletting, but Dr. Suskind objected. So, May isn't the head. Too soon, these scars would disfigure your neck. So the neck is May, I guess? Unless that's to throw you off, because it... Scars would disfigure your neck. Oh, okay, so you bloodlet in the area depending on where it is, and so in May he would have gone for the neck. So let's so May is the neck Taurus is the neck. I wonder if this saves, if this progress saves. How often did he perform the bloodletting? Every quarter year. The humors must regenerate. Where did he draw the blood? Last time was on the feet. And before that it was the thighs. So every quarter year. So if it's every quarter year, probably June was the schedule. So in March it was the feet. Yeah. And before that, I guess December, it was the thighs. Wait. Yeah, she said last month was May. So, probably April is the arm. Probably June. Something is off. Yeah, okay. I might have got something wrong in terms of, or I might have misremembered something. She said last month in May, no? And then June was too soon. I guess April is also too soon. It's not April yet in June, you know. After perform the bloodletting on the countess's upper arm. Oh, okay, okay. I was thinking symptoms. I was thinking this was pointing to symptoms. No, this is pointing to where you bloodlet depending on the month. So yeah, that's why I had that mixed up. Okay. Yeah. So when can you perform the bloodletting? I still lack suitable tools. Can't talk to this guy. Yeah, it has nothing to do with what the symptom is, as far as where you bloodlet. Apparently. So, there's no real indication what items we need. Key to the cupboard. Only dishes and candles. Okay. Yes, I've seen her, but need who knows what? The bleeder. Everything I need is in here. Used a fine bloodletting hook, not a butcher's knife. Okay, so we need a hook. And lady, I'll have you know I use this knife to cut fruit, not meat. There's a hook. We gotta sanitize it. Do we know about that? Looks quite blunt. Let's see, we gotta sharpen it. We sharpen it with a knife? That wouldn't make sense. probably just gonna tell me it's too blunt. Blunt is my boot jack. How am I gonna sharpen it? Whetstone. Well, maybe we can go into town and use this grinding stone? Maybe it'll let us leave now? Found out from the guardsman, so maybe the guardsman knows where his stone is. Oi, guardsman. I mean, that guy would know about, you know, something that I could use to sharpen it. Oh, the, St. Francis, huh? Yeah. Thanks, Frank. I will now perform the bloodletting. Oh, yeah. I'm here to help. I'm helping. Mm-hmm. A bowl of blood. Hey, you want some soup? Maybe now we can go in here. Over to the hospital. Just through the door, under the stairs, and across the courtyard. Go. Ladder. Very useful. The window can't be opened from the outside. Well, yes it can. You're just not trying hard enough, man. It's Mary. Bloody Mary? No. Like a great building to go inside. Erna. Severe pain, no longer responsive. This is Hans. I'm gonna have to choose between these people. Hans is holding up amazingly well, but his sores need daily attention. Please take care of him. 2. For the last plague patients we were allowed to admit to the hospital. Too often the fight against the plague has proved futile. Now those who fall ill must be left to themselves and to God's grace. A bucket of water. A bucket in the cabinet. My blisters hurt. Strange, I've never seen anyone dressed like that before. Like a plague doctor? One of them city doctors. Upper body is covered with plague sores. How have your sores been treated? The doctor cut them open and applied ointment. Take care of your new wound ointment. Okay. Looking outside. Black spots. Here, blood. Okay. Barrel of wine and the vinegar to rub patients. A jar of his leeches in the bed. Key's supposed to be in the lock. Okay, so we're gonna have to go pick flowers and stuff, I'm sure. He's on the floor. I'm going outside with my bare hand. How about with oily hands? Bloody hands? Cutty hands? Fucking hands. Oh. What the heck? It's just mud. Guy. herb is not known. Versatile medicinal plant. The well is over here. And these guys. Oh, geez. Knife. Blood. I would like to fetch some more. That's what they all say. Will fall for your trickery. What do they think I'm trying to do? Do the people like you stay clear of this well? Think I'm trying to poison the well? They think that's why everybody's sick? I'm the doctor. Ha. The well has been poisoned by Jews. Okay. Strangers too, probably. Makes you think the well is poisoned. Plague must come from somewhere. Ah. And the Jews are known for their cunning. Okay. They also die of the plague. No one knows where the plague comes from. Neither of these options are going to help when someone has an irrational idea. Okay. So I need to prove that Jews are not the source of the plague. Okay, he's getting more irate. We're gonna have to prove to this man that he's just sexually repressed. I don't know how we're gonna do that in whatever year this is. Times like these, people get scared and they look for a scapegoat. Oh, they do that in all times, man. Yeah. Lynched just the other day. Newcomers with peculiar views. Can't be helped. You're probably right. Book could be toxic. We referred it to the book. I don't think anything's gonna help me get the key to the shed. A pot of boiling water, and the fire is a separate object from the pot of water. Cooking. Marcus Huber, a son of our town. The plague did not spare him in the end. He could hardly speak. And shows himself in mysterious ways sometimes. Deed. Into the cupboard. Dishes and candles. I'd like to make a wound ointment. Ah, a key. Bunch of vigilantes blocking the well. Mob won't let me into the well. Could you order the men to let me through? Not afforded the same respect as our clerical brothers. Well, where's the brothers? I think this is a matter for the authorities. Well, there's an authority in the hall. He doesn't seem to think he can do anything about it, so I'd like to talk about the house call I had this morning. A basket of food left outside their window twice a week. That can be arranged. There's only one problem. The place is crawling with rats. Afraid the beasts would get at the food before the family could. Take care of the rats, we'll take care of the food. Okay. So maybe the... Well, let's see if this guy will tell them to go away. No. Maybe the Countess will. You recovered yet? Lady, we have a job for the authorities. Uh-oh, this lady might agree. Dr. Suskind was a Jew too, and he died of the plague. Oops. Yes, that is true. He was an excellent physician, highly respected among his town. It was only by chance that he became my personal physician. Jews usually practice only within their own community. Even Dr. Suskind had no remedy for the plague. But I think it's absurd for the Jews to be held responsible for the plague. But the mob will not listen to me. I beg you to speak to them. That would restore Dr. Suskind's honor. Right about that. Accompany me, won't you? What is going on here? What? Who wants to know? All kinds of rabble. Oh, you were specific before. Quiet now. Jews have nothing to do with it, and this man here is a capable physician. Authority works. Was scared, he dropped his rake. Free rake. Well, it doesn't really work. They still think what they think, but... and they're still somewhere else thinking it. But we can get water now. Quite amusing to watch her put the rabble into shape. My attention. My humble thanks for your intervention. Prostrate yourself at the feet of the Countess. Achievement. Well, it's accessible again. Got a bucket of water. And a rake. Maybe we can use that to get the key out of the mud. Mud key. So this is none water. Sister bucket here. Right? No, wait. Who wanted the water? Oh yeah, this nun over here. Okay, let's key to the shed. Lost our rake. Oh yeah, and we can open the cabinet now. A saw? Cool. Clearly take the saw. Don't you know you're in an adventure game, man? Barrel of vinegar. Spilled carelessly. Puddle on the floor. Thin wine. More digestible. Vessel to out of vinegar. Need to empty the blood, I think. So that unless seal the jar properly. All the leeches crawled out of the jar and into a deep crevice in the too deep in the crack in the blood, of course. That would be too much. Something to apply just a little bit of blood onto the edges of the crevice. Bloody knife. Bloody daisies. Herbs. Book. What else we got? Where's that stick? Why'd I get rid of the stick? So we need to come back with something like a rag or something. Maybe in the cabinet. Ask this lady while we're... Once in a while she has like a ton of new dialogue options. I think I need this vinegar now. Vinegar. Concentrate here now for the soup. Got a candle. Bloody the candle. Okay. Plenty to do at the hospital. Okay. Well, let's go back to the ward. The sick hall. What a bird. A gallows bird and a messenger of misfortune. Well, there's always a safe omen in this place, man. Right now. Can't be opened from outside. Probably I'm gonna have to lure the nun away, go upstairs, and then I'll be trapped. And then I can come down. Whoa. Okay. Blown under the roof of the shed. It's gonna eat all my leeches. Can't reach the leeches. Like, you could just use your finger, man. Like, this guy's so scared to get his hands dirty. Oh, maybe there's something behind the door. There is. A hand drill. A drill. Okay. Hand drill seems dirty. Probably for these. Can't interact with the saw anymore. Nothing to do with the saw in here. Well, at any rate, we're more prepared going in here now. I need to prepare ointment. I'm not ready to treat him yet. And what did I need to do for this lady? Need more vinegar. Ease the pain, right. So oh, the bucket of water. That's right. I knew I had something. Bucket of water. Here's your water. Put the bucket down there. Your bucket. Okay. Ah. Healing agents are now in the oil, but it is still too thin for an ointment. Aloe is not suitable for thickening. What is suitable for thickening? Holy water? I want to make more vinegar. Okay. Wait. Take some, but put the bottle back. So I have to use it with something else. This is confusing. Hmm. A warm, sunny place. Change the candle's beeswax candle. The wax is too solid and doesn't melt with the oils. Gotta heat it up. Ointment is ready. Okay. Let's get to applicating. I'm gonna lance your blisters with this hand drill. Okay, so this guy's good now. Yeah, he's gonna be fine, for sure. Um, we're out of vinegar. I need a vessel to bottle the wine. That's this, right? This bottle. But the heck am I supposed to do here? I'm supposed to get the wine and then bring it here, I think. And to get the wine, I probably need this bowl. But to get the blood out of the bowl, I need something, something that I can, like, wipe on the... Sitting on the gable and scolding. Something that I can wipe on the crevice to get the leeches. To lure out the leeches. So we're in a pixel hunt. Wish I had that stick. That stick would have worked. My sharp knife. Bird doing its thing over here. Birding it up. This book is so far freaking useless. It could probably tell me about this herb. I haven't tried using this hand drill on enough things. But it's probably for the casks. Like, I need to find out what it is so that I know that it's safe to throw it in this fire to make the nuns clear out. But what step am I missing before I can do that? We are out of vinegar. Need a vessel to bottle the wine. And that's a jar. But I can't use the jar. Probably for anything but the leeches. Some household objects would do the trick here. And there is a house full of people that need my help. who could lend me some objects. But it won't let me go back there. Bucket of water. Oh, all these problems. With my sharp knife. Now everyone will think I'm gone. The magpie won't be scared. I can't reach him from... Can I move this ladder? No. Stuck. I'm a little stuck. Reach stuckness. Window is closed. Yeah, I need to stink this place up so that she goes up there and opens the window. That's what needs to happen. I can't risk burning it without knowing what it is. So how do I find out what it is? I can't... This book should tell me, because it... Maybe these books in here. I don't think I've tried to use it on this bookshelf. I don't think I've tried to use it on the nuns either. See if they know. Well, she just says take it away. Maybe Hans knows. Or this freaking bird. Anybody? Can't combine anything. Nothing in the inventory can be combined right now. Compounded. I'm out of logical ideas, and so we're down to process of elimination here. Adventure gaming. Might be missing a pixel somewhere. Something I can interact with somehow. It's the brush. That's probably what I need for the leeches. Probably need the brush. So we're narrowing it down to I need to know what this herb is. Give me a second here. Hey Frank, what's this herb, man? Magpie knows everything, I'm sure. Still plenty to do at the hospital. Fluttered to the other side of the shed roof. I hadn't noticed that the eye turned into a hand. What up, bird? Blown away, it lost a feather. Did I retrieve the feather? I did. Bloody feather. Go to the corners of bricks with a little blood. Now, I have the leeches. So hungry? Oh, quick. My servant Otto is lying outside. Manfred the miller. Otto here with the mill. Adults drunk too much small beer. Light in the mill. Otto, watch out, and already he's fallen down the stairs. He'll be alright. We'll help him. Need to know if I have to start looking for a replacement. Well, he's probably going to be out of commission for a minute. Either way. Back this evening. Maybe I could take the good for nothing back with me then. Okay. Oh. Well, we're going to need to do some drilling. Frontal bone is smashed and the bone is dented. The wound must be cleaned and the bone splinters. Okay. Something to clean the wound. Clean cloths up there in the cabinet. Okay. Operation time. Oh, I need to probably... Yeah, this is gonna sting. There are many bone splinters visible. You can injure the brain, so I must remove carefully. The hole in the bone is jagged and irregular. Can't be closed like. Even it out. Uh-huh. No, it's fine. Yeah. Hole is now perfectly circular. Only needs to be closed. Wait right here. I'll be right back. Okay. Okay. Well, I need something to patch you up, Otto. Just hang tight. Silver Gilder pocket. I don't have a coin. Such expenses are borne by the family. Mm-hmm. Vandalize something. Silver? We need something silver. Frank's made of sandstone. Jesus looks like he's made of gold in there. Something. Hey Hans, you got a quarter? Leeches suck out the bad humor. Take a while. The Miller leaving. Crafter's Alley. Okay. There's the Miller. Spellbound, listening to the priest. God sees everything we do, hears everything we say, knows everything we think. Those who are not free from sin and live a sacrilegious life, suffering will come. No misdeed is without consequence, no offense goes unpunished. Eternal hereafter, as well as in this world. Demon of the plague attacks the impious, takes possession of sinners and turns their blackness inside out. Warns that only an indulgence can protect you. Give you for God's grace. Buy an indulgence letter from the Roman Catholic Church. Silver Gilder. Ah. You had me up until buying salvation, Padre. And now I'm trying to listen to the priest. Well, up until your sales pitch of turning blackness inside out. Do you have a silver coin? We're gonna have to convince this guy that the priest is a fraud. What the priest says about the plague demon, yeah. And the gilder to buy an indulgence, so the Lord will have mercy on me. Otto will die if the wound is not closed. We all have to die. Well. Otto is your servant, and you are responsible for him. Well aware of that. Given him plenty to eat, I've treated him well. Falling down the stairs drunk as a skunk, that's his own fault. I brought the stupid donkey in the cart to your hospital. You heard the priest. Surely Otto brought this misfortune on himself with his own wickedness. Well now, let me tell you about Job's friends who thought kind of the same way. Do something good and help save a man. How can I convince you? God's grace protects us from the demon of pestilence. I'm buying an indulgence. anything could change my mind. So I'm gonna have to expose the priest. Repent and buy a letter. They're spellbound. Her attitude is rather relaxed. What kind of goods do you sell? The best spices. This side of the river Elbe. Say this side of the river. Why? That's where my husband sells. Ah! Good one, lady. Do you have any pepper? What do you think of the priest's sermon? I don't believe a word of it. Might not think it of me, but I'm not entirely unfamiliar with theological matters. My husband regularly debates theology with one of our most loyal customers. His name is Martin Luther. Never heard of him. Reverend Luther studies the field of divine forgiveness, particularly the sale of indulgences. My husband says that these matters are beyond my comprehension as a woman, but I love listening to what Father Luther has to say. Why is Reverend Luther concerned with the sale of indulgences? He complains that many people from Wittenberg no longer come to him for confession. Instead, they travel to neighboring towns like Uterbog or Zerbst to buy indulgences. Theology professor at Wittenberg University, and he preaches at the city church. The mission of his congregation is very close to his heart. What's he think? Oh, I can tell you that. The idea that the purchase of indulgences should replace confession is completely contrary to his beliefs. Very hard for a rich man to enter heaven. He believes that salvation cannot be bought. Everyone must humbly entrust themselves to the grace of God throughout their lives. Only recently he wrote 95 theses on the subject. Please tell me more about his theses. You seem to have an interest in modern theology as well. Pamphlet here, please take it. Pamphlet containing Martin Luther's theses. Here we go then. Go to this guy. Priest ain't gonna listen. Maybe the priest and scholar Martin Luther can. I have here a copy of his theses. Please listen to what he writes about the sale of indulgences. Pardoners are wrong when they say that every punishment is remitted. The Pope can only remit punishments that he himself has imposed. Who said anything about the Pope? Lord have mercy, so leave me alone. What else does he write? No one can achieve forgiveness with certainty through indulgences. Indulgences are now a net used to gather the riches of the wealthy. The nobility should be made to pay for their sins. Leave me alone. The weaker the faith in God, the greater the fear of death. I'm afraid of the plague, so leave me alone. With certainty through indulgence. I thought that was the whole point. Martin Luther continues further. what about ordinary sins? They will be forgiven, so leave me alone. Whoever does not help a person in need, but instead buys indulgences, incurs the wrath of God. Good Lord, here, take the guilder. I will deduct it from Otto's wages. Now I really should deliver my flower. Come back to the hospital in the evening. I very much hope that my alms weren't in vain. What do I see there? Oh, it's just a heretic, sir. It had to be. The servant suffered a grievous head injury. The wound must be closed with the silver guilder. And Martin Luther says, Luther, that heretic indeed. Everything is clear to me. Sacrilege, sin. I'm leaving now. Yeah. Silver will aid healing and prevent inflammation. Yeah, it'll be fine, Otto. Talking now. She's a witch. You're a witch? Say it really loud, so. Medicinal herbs and their effects. Hey, what's this do? The stinking crane's bill because of its terrible smell. Herb helps women with painful menses as well as scaly skin and diarrhea. It can also be used as an incense if you can stand the smell. Okay. So it's safe to chuck in the fire. There. What? Is it the priest? Are you hallucinating now? Oh. A rat. The bastard got away. But not for long. In the long run, only vinegar works to keep the beasts away. The vinegar keeps rats away. Word. Every day my father would sprinkle vinegar in the corners of our butcher's shop to keep critters away. I have rats for you. Where are all the cats? They got cats in Germany? Didn't take long for the shop to be swarming with rats again. About to reopen the butcher shop. Rats there for years. Make the vinegar. Not difficult. Pour some wine into a bowl and add a little vinegar essence. All you have to do is leave the mixture somewhere warm to ferment. Put it on a bench in the sun. I know a warm, sunny place. Fermented quite quickly there. Father used sprinkled vinegar. Marinating brush. I'll do something about the rats. I'm a doctor after all. The holy water brush. I have it. Oh wait, what did he say then? You'd brush the... Where's my bowl? Put some wine into a bowl. Add a little vinegar essence. I need the bowl. Where did it go? I mean, there's dishes in the cabinet here. Maybe I can just get a new bowl. That's where I'm gonna have to put it to ferment. Where the heck did my bowl go? I knew I was gonna need it. I mean, they're making soup. They got tons of bowls. These are his shoes. Have you seen my bowl? Ah. Okay. I should give it some time. Vinegar is ready. It is already late in the afternoon. I still have to take care of little Sven's family. I think I have everything I need now. The sisters have no further tasks for me. I should be on my way. Should I check with them? Yes, I promised I would be back before evening. You asked Sister Agatha. Anything else of you? May go. Thank you very much. Okay. I feel compelled to save. If I can. There's no save. It must auto-save when you quit. Rats at the door again. Knife them. Vinegar is soaking into the garbage. The rats will have to abandon their nest. Back. Had a lot to do with the hospital. How's little Sven? I brought you some vinegar for rubbing. Oops. You can now open the window and let in some fresh air. Fresh air will also help Sven's recovery. Thank you. We're about to suffocate in here. The sisters will bring you food. We have to report this case of the plague. In accordance with the mayor's order, your door will be barricaded. Please don't be afraid. I spoke with the sisters at the convent twice a week. A sister will bring a basket of food and leave it outside your window. I hope you make it. What's going on here? Not only does he prevent believers from buying indulgences, now he is also desecrating religious implements. Uh-oh. I'm gonna be burned at the stake. The man is abusing sacred instruments of the church. I did no such thing. What's that holy water brush doing in your hands? And you concealed this. Sprinkling vinegar with the holy water brush was the only thing I could do to help them in time. While reciting spells. This is what spells? The vinegar drives away the rats, and especially during the plague. You think you can cure the plague with vinegar? I think there is a connection between the plague, the rats. God sends the plague. God can cure it. You, Mr. Keller, are just a charlatan, a warlock. There will be consequences, indeed. We should have been straightforward. After this incident, I'm sure my theory will find no audience here. Please verify my hypothesis. I admit it sounds bold, but if I am right, this could be the turning point. You are highly respected. Your authority will surely convince the people. Well, it won't convince them, but they'll do what he says. Yours sincerely, Student Oswald Keller. That's where he lives. Oh boy. We should have gotten out of here a while ago. City Watch, they're looking for someone. The priest is with them too. Uh-oh. You're under arrest. The door. I have to get out of here. Too high up, I need something to climb down. Open or we're breaking down the door. Something to climb down. But it's mild outside. Dirty linen. Hope it holds. Let's get Ghost, everybody. They're after me. I'm sure they'll show up at any moment. I must hide. Let's cut this guy open and hide inside of him. Gates are locked and guarded. That was close. Baskets filled with a big bowl. It's empty. Meat pickled in brine, hung out to dry. Oh. I just need some water and I can hole up here. There's someone there. I'm Ozzy. Suzanne. Nothing wrong with that. I'm hiding too. I'm a heretic. They don't like the new theology. We weren't allowed to leave the house. It got bad. We had nothing left to eat. Wanted to go to the market. But then they collapsed. We gotta play dead. I can't go into the streets. The guards would recognize me right away. The gate is surely locked. Anyone who wants to leave will be questioned. The logs are too big to light easily. Wood chips should be easy. Ignite with what, though? I have a plan. If we paint black spots on our skin, but I still need a disguise, or else. Ah, flint. Give me the flint. I need that. I need that flint. Yeah. Okay. I knew we were gonna end up spotty at the end of this. Look like dreaded plague spots. Now, hopefully, the guards at the gate will get their distance. Soot. More soot. I still need to. Wait, so he's saying the black spots will keep the guards at bay, but it still need a disguise. Okay. We still need a disguise. The Black Death is a disease that follows war. Many believe it is sent by God himself. Often those who fall ill are beyond saving. They can be recognized by their black-stained skin and foul, hellish smell. Fragrances can be used as prevention and cure. I mean, we could exchange clothing to some degree. um, there's something outside I can like reach. Old rag. Okay. No, seriously, take us with you. All this for lousy crust of bread. Good thing dead aren't contagious. We get out of town. We won't make it on foot. Look at us. Where are the guards? What? Pennies. It didn't. It didn't like allow me to blow our cover to this guy, but you just did it. I mean, it gave me the option, but I didn't choose that. Looks like he tricked the guards. You can take out the disguise. What do you want it for? Priest is out for my blood. Yeah, we can tell this guy. These days you shouldn't mess with the church. Yeah. Why are we passing the cemetery? Or are you taking the deceased? You no longer want to hold funeral ceremonies. What happens to the dead? Some pits have been dug a good distance from town. I threw the bodies into an empty pit for safety's sake. I'm supposed to add slaked lime. All there is to it. No priest has never been seen at a plague funeral. I should go to the cemetery. I'll try to change the gravedigger's mind. Hey, gravedigger, please take us to the cemetery. Oh no, I won't. You have to do it. Oh no. Here it is, I think. Oh, I think we got the bad ending. That's why I wanted to save, but I don't think there's a manual save. We'll look it up and see what happens, and maybe there's a video. Looking for a place to stay for the night. Oh, I can't bribe this lady. Isn't there anything that could change your mind? Please, you shouldn't believe here. Should I believe? I have one more request. I mean, I don't know that the gravedigger was gonna change his mind. he seemed to know where he was going. In general. A shelf with rustic tableware. From the looks of it, it's been handed down for generations. A mount for a cooking pot. A cooking pot with a handle. I'm stealing your dinner. I am a physician. Quack, all bad. Why do you say that? Burning up and barely responsive. Fever is pretty high. Okay. A bucket of water. Fever is often a symptom of an infection. Home remedies include a tea made from yarrow, elderflower, or chamomile. Willow bark also reduces fever and has an anti-inflammatory effect. Fever is very high. Calf wraps help to lower the temperature for a short time. Gotta go find some stuff. Some bark. I think it's God's will that you're sick. Nothing happens without the... Well, maybe this tea happened with the Lord's intention. Yeah, exactly. God willing, my potion will help you. Lady. Well, where'd the witch's brew go? My witch's brew. I had to deface nature for that. What to do when a patient is really mad and doesn't want you to heal him. Yeah. Okay, she'll get him to drink it. Uh-oh. Heresy, witchcraft, and theft. There are other witnesses. Don't believe the magpie. A faithful member of the local community has agreed to testify against you. Talking about the devil's work, a brew you made, and you tried to persuade him to drink it, didn't you? Thanks to him that we found you. Witchcraft. Keller, witchery. Take him in for questioning. We'll confess everything. 3 days later. A lot can happen in 3 days. In these days. Silence, silence. Mayor is speaking. Listen to your people. Dear testimony against the good Dr. Ozzy. Man's accused of heresy, theft, witchcraft, and conspiring with the devil. Man alive. Now give the floor to the accuser, pardoner Johann Kraft. Man, is that like actually someone who was back in the day really mad at people? This man has caused great discord in our community, sneaking from door to door, unsettling people and attempting to shake their faith in God. I'm a physician. I came to Wippra to help people. Anything other than medical matters. I have heard differently. Serious accusations. One man's word against another. You'll have to hear witnesses to refute or corroborate the allegations. Whom would you like to call to your defense? Oh my. The Countess. Yeah, Capable and courteous physician. He exhibits respect and decency. Accusations against him sound far-fetched to me, to say the least. Puts the case in a new light. You have another witness to support your accusation, Father Kraft. I do. I called the guardsman of the city watch to witness. Yeah, because we didn't tell him that we found plague. He stepped out of the basket weaver's house, asking frankly. He knew the family has a case of the plague, but I evaded it. I didn't deny it. He wanted to prevent me from blocking up their door with boards. Specifically ordered the sick to be isolated so that the plague would not spread further. Lashes. So, we've only earned lashes so far. Ask another to speak for you. The miller? Oh, the miller's not gonna work because they're just gonna accuse me of heresy. That'll be basically admitting heresy. The sisters. We don't want to bring Luther into this. That wouldn't really help right now. What do you have to say in defense of the accused? As our new physician, Dr. Keller was to take up the work that his predecessor, Hubert, had so conscientiously performed for years. On that day, the beds in our hospital were full. Dr. Keller conscientiously cared for the sick and performed a difficult surgery, just as Hubert would have done. What about the holy water brush? He stole it, didn't he? I borrowed it a little. But he used it to do good. This is in the spirit of the Lord, and therefore forgivable. Also, I am sure that he would have returned it. Accordingly, he cannot be found guilty of theft. Oh, no. It's up to you to call another witness. I call the gravedigger to stand witness. Oh, no. He was the one who smuggled Oswald Keller out of the city, thus he made himself liable to prosecution as well. Then this Oswald approached me. He was completely wrapped in rags, black from head to toe, as if the devil had taken possession of him. With a purring voice, he persuaded me to take him and the little girl out of town on my cart. He wanted to force me to take the plague dead to the cemetery against the instructions of the church. It was too much. I knew I had to turn myself in and testify. It all sounds like a pact with the devil to me. Indeed, that weighs heavily. That's enough. The evidence of your guilt is overwhelming. Oh no. And not only that, the lies this man spreads about the plague are blasphemous. For that alone he should be punished with death. Go on, tell them yourself. Just I believe, the plague is not God's punishment. It is fleas from rats that spread the plague. Rats, there have always been rats here. Heretic presumes to exalt himself above God. No, but prayers and buying letters of indulgence will not save us from the plague. We the people can do something about the disease. Death by hanging. Oh boy, as the gravedigger put us over the edge. Oswald Keller's letter never reached its addressee. 1894, the pathogen that caused the plague was discovered by the Swiss physician Alexander Yersin. Today we know that the plague was a bacterial infection transmitted from rats to humans in the Middle Ages primarily by fleas. Face your fate, complete the game. It was the gravedigger put us over the edge. The heck? Okay. Just clicking on her was all I could do. I didn't check anything else. Inspired by a short story by Florian Russi. Writing art. Oh, shoot. We skipped the credits. Thought it was going to go to more. I didn't know there was going to be more credits. That it would go to credits then. Well, that's the Plague Doctor of Wippra. It could be worth a replay, maybe. Nah, probably not a replay. I'd like to see what happens if he lives. If you can, let's pull up a deal here. Because it'll take a while to replay. Those 2 hours, that would take a while to replay. So let's whoops. Went to my YouTube. Plague Doctor of Wippra. Good ending. We got full playthroughs. Part 2 ending. Dude with his skull broken open. Well, let's leave it at that. Because I'd have to skip through some videos here to pull up the proper thing. We can look up the endings. That's the ending we got. We got a bad ending. Actually, this one might be something. Let me see. Let's I'll close out of the game here so that we get rid of the audio from it. Good doctor. Why the heck isn't... He stole the holy water brush. We had that. Thievery. Put that alone. Maybe, well, on this one, they also got the bad ending. This video says all endings, all achievements, also no commentary. Good ending, worst ending, bad ending. So there's three endings. But let's skip to good ending. So we're gonna get the whole trial here. Sneaking door to door. So we know how the sisters play out. Do you have another witness to support your accusation, Father? Another witness? So he doesn't have another witness, and he just goes to his own complaints. The plague is not God's punishment. So he would have needed, I would have needed to either tell the truth in the beginning, or not have the gravedigger rat me out. Because I had I think two witnesses. You are right, I've been spreading nonsense. What? Oh, so you have to recant. You have to sell yourself out. You have to, Oswald Keller never sent his letter. He worked at the hospital in Wippra for another year before he himself fell ill with the plague. So he dies of the plague anyway. To me, that's not the good ending, because you actually freaking... I mean, I guess you live another year. And, like, heal. But at the cost of your integrity, because you don't stick to your guns about what you know about, or about what you at that point theorize about the cause of the plague. So I don't hate that ending that we got. I don't hate it. Um, Compared to the supposedly good ending. Hmm. Well, give me a minute here, and maybe we'll get into something else.